Thank you po, for the introduction. So, I am an MS in forestry, as what Ivy said, and I graduated as BS in environmental management. I'm not a forester, but I'm so much interested in Dipterocarpaceae. That's why I took MS in forestry. So, to introduce with my thesis, I'd like to say, life without wings, a peculiar case of Dipterocarpaceae. So, for all of us here, we all know that Dipterocarps are winged fruit, diba? They have winged fruit. And I'd like to emphasize that Dipterocarps are not really flying. They gyrate, turn down, they fall down, turning and fall down into the ground. They can't fly on that specific long distance compared to the birds, because my advisor once said, "Joy, why did you choose that title?" But that title that was enticing daw. And I just said, "Sir, lumilipad po kasi diba yung Dipterocarp, sabi po ng community ngayon." Sir, sabi niya, hindi, explain them that they will just gyrate. So, hindi sila talagang lumilipad ng ganun ka, But let me explain this further by starting with this. Dipterocarpaceae, based on the two winged fruits of Dipterocarpus, that's one of the genus ng Dipterocarpus here in the Philippines, from the Greek word di, double, pero, wing, and carpus, fruit. They are small or large resinous, usually evergreen trees, usually buttressed and often with flaky or fissured parts. So may ibang genus ng Dipterocarps with small trees like the Hopea species, some Vatica species, and for the large resinous trees, we all know the Shorea species. So in this image, I have here Shorea polysperma from Silano, Southern Leyte. It's a protected area wherein we usually have the geotagging of the mother trees in Visayas region due to the mass fruiting last 2015, 2014. So we have here the buttress of Shorea polysperma also, and I'm here. See the buttress also. I'm geotagging that tree because we all know that Dipterocarps have a very rare lang sila mamunga, di ba? 8 to 10 years sometimes. So, here, the floral diagram, saan ba nanggaling yung wings ng Dipterocarpaceae? So, we have here different flowers of Dipterocarpaceae from Ashton 1982. This is the latest revision of Dipterocarpaceae. We have Upuna, Anisoptera. We have Anisoptera also here, Anisoptera turritera. And we have Stemenoporus, and the others are not actually here in the Philippines, but mostly ang nandito sa atin ay Shorea species and Hopea, Vatica, Anisoptera. I'll show you later. And that's Dipterocarpus. I said earlier, the two wings of Dipterocarpus, yan, meron silang two large wings, which is their, yan yung classification ng Dipterocarpus. Meron silang dalawang malaking wings. And then, we also have Shorea. Shorea have 5 wings, pero three of that are larger. Here. Ito ay Shorea polysperma, Shorea palusapis, Damiapis, and Shorea contorta, yung sikat na Shorea contorta. So, this fruit, yung wings niya, galing yan sa calyx ng kanyang the the petals will fall and then the calyx will be left. So yan yung nag-grow and yan yung maiiwan sa fruit. That means, yan din yung iniisip ng mga community ngayon kung bakit daw lumilipad ang mga Dipterocarpaceae. Pero there are some fruits also which has wings pero hindi sila Dipterocarps, like the Palo Santo. You know Palo Santo, no? The Diplaris. And then we also have Hopea. Ang Hopea, very designated din siya sa kanyang 2 wings. However, this is very small compared to the Dipterocarpus species. Super laki ng Dipterocarpus, especially yung Grandiflorus. Yung Hopea, I have here yung Hopea philippinensis and Hopea plagata. Very different din yung kanilang wings. However, ang Hopea philippinensis ay mahaba ang wings compared dito sa circular to yung kanyang calyx ng Hopea plagata. And lastly, ang Paraschorea. Paraschorea, they also have 5 large wings, pero different siya sa Schorea due to itong knot na nandito. Kung makikita niyo sila sa field, very, very nice yung circular shape ng Paraschorea compared sa Schorea. And then, yan yung mga collection from BSU. I have here the source, ITE and BSU, because I came from the Institute of Tropical Ecology in the Visayas State University. And during the Typhoon Haiyan, right? The strongest typhoon ever hit the Philippines. So after the Typhoon Haiyan, we have a mass fruiting of Dipterocarpaceae in Leyte, and we have here collections of Dipterocarps from the different mountains of Leyte, Negros, Bohol region due to the mass fruiting of the Dipterocarpaceae there. So, yan yung Paraschorea, the Dipterocarpaceae, the Hassels Panau. Look at their wings and Dipterocarpus. The biggest one, Dipterocarpus grandiflorus also, Schorea, Contorta, Palosapi, Sadalak. I still have a lot of collections pero hindi namin nasali sa picture. And next is, yan, example of mass fruiting of Mayapis in Silalo, Southern Leyte. So, yan yung nag-germinate na nga. So, we have to collect it kasi sila, recalcitrant yung seed niya. And, I have here mass fruiting of Yakal, Schorea stylosa in Samar, Leyte, yan sila. So, look at that white portion, that's the location of the flowering of Yakal, the Schorea stylosa. Yan yung isa din sa magandang wood, timber wood daw. And mass flowering of Apitong, Dipterocarpus grandiflorus. This is in very near lang sa school ko, Visayas State University. That's from a protected area also. A Kainian area before, but they restored it. So, after 15 years, flowering of Apitong was observed. And we also have White Lawaan and Yakal sa Pluman. So here's the flowering. So from Gazul 2016, meron siyang pinakabagong book ngayon, 2016. However, I wasn't able to download it. But that's the Dipterocarpaceae richness. Ang Philippines, yellow, somewhere here, 41. Recently, ang nakita ko ay 30, almost 40 species dito sa Philippines. And yan yung sa DAO 2007-01. I just encoded it and have a look at the different scientific names of the different Dipterocarpaceae species here in the Philippines. So 36 to plus 4, so meron akong 40 na nahanap. 4 mga new species to, recently added by Gutierrez, Rojo, Madulid in 2011. And The dawn of Dipterocarp trading started in Negros Island. I would like to show you a video sana, but it will took 20 minutes for us to look for it. So, Insular Lumber Company, it all started noong before war pa, 1904. And from the video, I just have the print screen of the photo. So yan yung ginagawa pa noon. And, okay. Ito po yung mga taong nagkakat pa, manually. And that's the Dipterocarp species. So, the story of Philippine mahogany. Ito po yung galing talaga sa video. It all started with just climbing here. So, yan yung tao. And then, ikakat nila hanggang dun sa merchantable height. So, yan. Very manual talaga. Imagine, 1904, before pa yung war. And, pag naputol na, they will just put a rope on it. And hilain lang nila yun. Next, pag sa baba na, they have this train. Actually, I was able to see the train dun sa Negros Occidental Province. They still have the train of these people kasi preserve nila daw yung train na yun. Actually, pag pumunta din kayo sa Negros, they will only have the agricultural area na lang. Very less na lang talaga ang kanilang Dipterocarpaceae doon. But then they're restoring it now, so they're also using Dipterocarpaceae due to intensive IEC or the information, education, communication that DSU is doing there. And yan yung machinery na ginagamit nila. Pag naputol na yung puno, so they will have to cut it and for export. So Philippines, as a biodiversity hotspot, was recorded to have Dipterocarps with short calyx, namely Hopea cagayanensis, ito po yun, and Shorea seminis, which is a synonym of Hopea seminis. Ito po. Pero very short yung calyx compared to the other Dipterocarps na I showed you earlier. Ang haba ng wings nila. And the absence of wings, records of Dipterocarps with short calyx, referred as wingless, due to the short calyx were mostly highlighted only in Borneo, Sumatra, and Malaysia, within the section Lichitioides F. Time of genus Shorea, according to Newman et al. 1998. So, ang Philippines only have two short wingless Dipterocarps. So a year after the Typhoon Haiyan, the Visayas State University was able to found this. Yan po yung mga fruit, wala na siyang wings. Pero, according to the father of Dipterocarps, we have Professor Ashton from Harvard. We sent a photo of this one to him and he said that it might be part of the section coming from Borneo, Sumatra, and Malaysia, which is the section Lichitioides. And yan yung closer loop ng fruit. See, yung nut pareho lang, but then the calyx is already shorter. We also asked if what's the probable genus where it belongs, and Professor Ashton hypothesized that it's a part of Shorea species, not for Hopea, because we only have Hopea cagayanensis and Shorea seminis, and for Hopea cagayanensis, ibang-iba yung dahon niya for it to become Hopea species compared dun sa kung Shorea. Kung ako din if you will have to ask me, para siyang Shorea polysperma, but it's not kasi yung fruit niya look like this. And during my site survey conducted last July, I was able to found this tree. Ito po yung mother tree ng mga Dipterocarp doon. And as you can see, medyo wala na siyang leaves because that area here below is a kainin area, and we would like to have assessment for this for conservation status. And yan siya. The trunk is already buried. Sinunog po kasi, and we only have 2 mother trees left during that time. So yung 2 mother trees na yun was able to flower last 2015. And the second mother tree, here, separate location. Its altitude is almost 1,200, I think. And that's the crown. So this stand, and we also have the seedling. So during my latest activity there, I just gathered the distance of the seedlings from the mother tree, kung gaano kalayo yung maaabot, kasi wala din siyang wings daw. Hindi daw talaga yun maglilipad ng ganun kalayo. And my hypothesis, the farther the distance, the lesser its population density. Pero if you know the Jansen-Connell theory, medyo mag-oppose to siya. Pero I'm still doing my research about this. So for further study, habitat characterization, molecular phylogenetic analysis in relation to other Philippine Shorea species, morphoanatomy of the said wingless Dipterocarp, seedling population density assessment, and conservation management strategy for this species. So